So you heard Mike. Mike says you're making a mistake. What do you say? Are you?
Man, I think he's underestimating me. I truly think that. I believe that I have the faster feet and the faster hands, so I'm going to be working angles. And, I don't mind. Mike can have the game plan. I'm still going to win.
What happens if Tyson bites your ear off?
He can't bite my ear off if I knock his teeth out.
It's absolutely insane. Apparently, Jake had the audacity to threaten Mike Tyson, saying he's going to knock his teeth out. Can you believe that? I mean, come on, Jake Paul threatening a legendary boxer like Mike Tyson? It's beyond disrespectful. Tyson is an icon in the boxing world, and for Jake to even think about making such an outrageous comment is just mind-boggling. It's like Jake has no sense of respect for those who paved the way in the sport. Mike Tyson has accomplished so much in his career, and here's this YouTube star trying to act tough and making empty threats. Honestly, it's a new low for Jake Paul. He's crossed a line with this one. It's not cool to go around threatening people, especially someone as respected as Mike Tyson. Jake needs to learn some humility and understand that there are certain boundaries you just don't cross. I don't know about you, but I think Jake Paul has really messed up this time. He's showing a complete lack of sportsmanship and respect for the boxing community. There's this crazy rumor going around about the upcoming Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul fight. Rumor has it that some boxing insiders are saying that if Tyson feels threatened or nervous in the ring against Paul, he might just resort to his old tricks and take a bite out of Paul's ear. I mean, we all remember what happened with Evander Holyfield back in the day. Tyson's always been known for his intense and unpredictable behavior in the ring. It's wild to think that he might actually consider pulling a stunt like that again, especially against a younger, less experienced opponent like Jake Paul. But before we get to that, I need your help. I'm trying to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and I need your help. So I'd really appreciate it if you would subscribe and help me out. But man, if he really did bite Paul's ear, that would be insane. The whole world would be talking about it. I don't know if there's any truth to these rumors, but it just goes to show how much buzz and excitement there is around this fight. People are expecting the unexpected, and with Tyson involved, you never know what might happen.
Jake ain't making it up out of there.
I'll just tell you exactly how I feel, and I can't fucking wait for this fight. It's a real fight. It's going on that pro record. Jake, I just want to know, can you handle this shit? Can you handle this?
The power and the force that Mike Tyson still possesses at the age he is now is very, very dangerous. It's still dangerous. I think if he decided to come out the way he comes out in all fights, he comes forward, slips, tries to get inside, and no, Jake has done a phenomenal job at what he's done so far in boxing, but there's levels to everything.
I am very excited about this fight, and everyone else is going to be also. I don't care what they say. You could pretend like you're not. It's going to be taboo to just publicly be like, I can't wait for this fight.
It's weird that we even talking about it.
100%.
That the fucking guy from Disney is going to fight Mike Tyson, the YouTube kid.
Yeah, I know.
If Tyson can have a flashback to the glory days, if there's just like a moment where he
We
just
gotta land one.
sees a combination and empties it on him, that would be wild to watch.
It seems like all the boxing legends are putting their money on Tyson to come out on top. I mean, when you've got the likes of Tyson Fury, Joe Rogan, Jeff Mayweather all saying he's got this in the bag, it's hard not to sit up and take notice, right? I was just talking to a friend about this the other day, and we were both saying how incredible it is to see so many iconic figures in the sport rallying behind Tyson. It's like they know something we don't, you know? Like they can see something in his training or his mindset that just screams winner. Of course, anything can happen in the ring, but with so many legends putting their faith in Tyson, it's hard not to get excited about his chances. I mean, these guys know boxing inside and out, and if they're willing to put their reputations on the line to back him, that speaks volumes.
Is it old Mike? Are we back to the old days?
Well, I hope not, but you know, it just started rekindling itself every now and then. Hey, man, it's like that Godfather movie. When I think I'm out, they bring me back in.
Tyson is so determined to destroy Jake Paul in the ring that he's been willing to give up smoking and sex for the past 7 weeks. I mean, for a guy like Tyson who's known for his wild lifestyle, this is a huge testament to his dedication and focus. It just goes to show how seriously he's taking this fight. When Tyson sets his mind to something, he goes all in. He's cutting out all distractions and vices, channeling every ounce of energy into his training. You can tell he means business. I think it's a powerful message, you know? It shows that no matter your past, you can always make a change and strive for something greater. Tyson's not letting anything hold him back from achieving his goal of crushing Jake Paul. He's going full force, and I have a feeling we're going to see a totally different Tyson in the ring this time around. It's inspiring to see someone so committed to their craft, willing to make such big sacrifices. 7 weeks without smoking or sex? That's no joke, especially for someone like Tyson. But he knows what he needs to do to come out on top, and he's not letting anything stand in his way. I can't wait to see how this all plays out. With Tyson's laser focus and determination, Jake Paul better watch out. It's going to be one hell of a fight, and I have a feeling Tyson's going to come out swinging like never before. He's got that hunger back, and he's ready to prove to the world that he's still a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, 5'10". So he got 3 inches on him.
I know.
3 inches for Mike Tyson's not a big deal, obviously. But Tyson is 57. And, okay.
I don't care.
When Tyson fought...
Yeah.
Okay, so when Tyson fought Roy Jones Jr., well, he clearly won. But he did seem kind of winded during that fight.
Roy Jones has skills that Jake will never have.
Did you hear Michael Jai White's comment on Vlad TV? So apparently White believes that even though Jake is younger, Tyson is still going to come out on top. He's like, age ain't nothing but a number when it comes to Iron Mike, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it kind of makes sense when you think about it. Tyson's got that raw power and decades of experience in the ring. He's a legend for a reason, right? White seems to think that all those years of training and fighting at the highest level are going to give Tyson the edge, regardless of Jake's youth. But hey, you never know in the world of boxing. One lucky punch can change everything. Though if you ask me, I wouldn't bet against Tyson either. The man's a beast.
What's the mindset if you were to unpack it?
No, to kill, destroy, break them down. It's just, I'm the greatest.
In your mind?
Huh? Excuse me?
I want to ask this. Did you say I'm the greatest because that you said that at 14, or are you saying today that you believe you were the greatest boxer ever?
No, I believed it when I was 14. You have to first leave success is all about a lifestyle. I lived the lifestyle of the champion at 14.
You lived the lifestyle of a champ at 14?
At 14, yeah.
What does that mean, the lifestyle of a champ?
Discipline. It's all about discipline, doing what you hate to do, but doing it like you love it. That's what it's all about. And that's just what it's all about. Wanting to get the best out of yourself. Not competing with anyone else but you. And that's how we improve as a person. Improving ourselves.
Did you catch Mike Tyson's recent interview on Valuetainment? Man, he was absolutely brilliant throughout the whole thing. Tyson's always been known as a beast in the ring, but it's incredible to see how sharp and focused he is mentally these days, too. The way he articulated his thoughts and shared his insights, you can tell he's really got his head on straight. Tyson broke down his approach to life and the fight game with such clarity and wisdom. You could just see the gears turning in his mind as he spoke. What really struck me was how ready and eager Tyson seems to take on Jake Paul. Even at 57, the fire and competitiveness still burns in him. When Tyson talked about the potential matchup, there was this intense determination in his eyes. You could tell he's laser-focused on getting back in fighting shape and showing the world he's still got it. Tyson sounded so confident and collected when sizing up the fight. The way he calmly assessed Paul's strengths and weaknesses shows what a savvy, cerebral boxer he still is. At the same time, you could sense this quiet ferocity bubbling under the surface, like Tyson is just chomping at the bit to get in the ring and show the young gun who's boss. It's wild to think Tyson is serious about making a comeback at his age, but after watching that interview, I wouldn't bet against him. With his combination of mental acuity and raw power, he might just school Paul and shock the world.
Whatever happens, happens, and this is war now. And if Mike's okay with that, then I'm okay with that. And if he puts me down, I can deal with that. But if I put him down, he needs to be the one making the decision on whether or not he can deal with that.
So am I sparring Mike next, or?
Based off of the comments and like literally 100,000 comment posts where it's like Jake is getting cremated if he loses. If Mike loses, it's rigged.
People tell me in person.
Yeah.
I have to go back. I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? My brother's gonna kick his ass.
People come up to me and like kind of ease into the conversation, like, oh, like, have you seen those like videos? He's looking
pretty
Yeah.
good. Still believes in you though. My dad said he think you got it.
Sick.
It's valid.
But at least there's like 30 or 40 people that believe I'm gonna win. And Jasper's dad.
Let's go.
I've been thinking about this whole Jake Paul situation, and I gotta say, the idea of him being convinced he's going to win is just wild, you know? I mean, sure, the guy's got confidence for days, but let's be real here. Okay, so imagine this. Jake's in the ring, right? He's got his game face on, and he's telling himself, I've got this, I'm gonna crush it. And yeah, I get it. That kind of self-belief is important. It can push you to train harder, to stay focused, and to give it your all when the bell rings. But here's the thing. Jake's not just confident. He's convinced he's going to win. Like, no matter what. And that's where things get a little crazy. I mean, anything can happen in a fight. One lucky punch, one slip-up, and suddenly the tables turn. Now, don't get me wrong, there are definitely some scenarios where Jake could come out on top. Like, if he's been putting in the work, training non-stop, and his opponent underestimates him? Yeah, he could definitely use that to his advantage. Or maybe he's got some secret strategy up his sleeve that nobody sees coming. But at the end of the day, being convinced you're going to win no matter what. That's a dangerous mindset, man. It can make you cocky, make you let your guard down. And in the world of boxing, that's when things can go south real quick. So yeah, I guess what I'm saying is, it's great that Jake has that unshakable self-belief. But he's got to remember that in the ring, anything can happen. He's got to stay sharp, stay humble, and give it his all. Because at the end of the day, that's what really counts.
What's up? You wanna run it 2 in one night? What's up? You wanna run it 2 in one night?
Absolutely.
You wanna run it 2 in one night?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's do it.
Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
Yes, sir.
Get the paperwork for this bum.
Get Al Heyman.
Absolutely. I don't need Al Heyman.
Let me call Al Heyman.
I'm my own boss. I'm my own boss.
1 night. Got your hat. Got your hat. Got your hat.
Watch out. Watch out. Don't ever disrespect me.
Despite the past events when a few brawls happened between Paul and Mayweather, this time Floyd, in a shocking turn of events, praised Jake Paul. Hey, did you hear what Floyd Mayweather said about Jake Paul potentially fighting Mike Tyson? It's pretty interesting, man. Floyd was like, you know what? What Jake's doing is kind of cool. I mean, coming from a legendary boxer like Mayweather, that's a big deal. But here's the thing, Floyd also mentioned that if Jake can keep pulling off these fights and they keep matching him up the way they have been, he can't really knock the guy's hustle. It's like Jake's found a way to make some serious cash in the boxing world even if he's not a traditional boxer. You know what I mean? Floyd seems to respect the fact that Jake's making smart moves and cashing in on his opportunities. It's all about the hustle, and Jake's apparently got it figured out. I guess when you're as business savvy as Floyd Mayweather, you can appreciate someone else's money-making strategies, even if they're a bit unconventional. At the end of the day, Floyd's like, it is what it is. If Jake Paul can secure a fight with Mike Tyson and make it happen on his terms, more power to him. It's a wild idea, but hey, stranger things have happened in the world of boxing, right?
I give my props to Paul because he came from YouTube, 20 million followers, whatever. He had a vision that he was going to get into boxing, and he acted on that vision. He said, I got to get a trainer. I think he's been to a couple trainers now. He said, I got to get a trainer. I got to learn the sport. I got to work. I got to respect the sport. And he did. And he picked his opponents as carefully as he could. But he fought some, UFC former champs that were older. They fought at a smaller weight. He always had an edge. The same way Canelo has an edge because Canelo's the golden goose. Canelo brings the money, so he gets an edge to get things in his favor a little bit because, you know, he's the one who butters everyone's bread. Well, Paul is the one bringing the money, doing the promotion. So, yes, he gets the advantage of picking who he wants to, you know, picking the music for the songs.
Did you hear about Teddy Atlas praising Jake Paul? Yeah, apparently he's been really impressed with Jake's smart business moves and how he's bringing a ton of money into the boxing world. I guess Jake's been using his social media influence and marketing savvy to generate a lot of buzz and interest in his fights. Teddy seems to think that even though Jake's not a traditional boxer, he's been really clever about leveraging his platform to sell pay-per-views and get people excited about his matches. He's definitely bringing a lot of new eyes to the sport and generating a lot of revenue. It's kind of surprising to hear Teddy giving him props, considering he's usually more of a purist when it comes to boxing. But I guess he recognizes that Jake is doing something right from a business perspective, even if his actual boxing skills are still a work in progress. What do you think? Do you believe Jake deserves credit for his promotional abilities, or do you think he's just riding his social media fame without really earning his place in the boxing world? I can see both sides of it, but there's no denying he's making a big impact and generating a lot of money for the sport. It'll be interesting to see how far he can take it and if he can keep pulling in those huge numbers.
Tyson is a historian. Tyson follows all the great former fighters. Tyson probably in his mind wants to show, hey, you can't be the champion. I don't care how old he is if you weren't a fighter. So in that way, I'm sure Tyson will kind of take pride in kind of protecting the reputation of boxing, if you want to put it that way. I'm sure that he'll take pride in that. I'm gonna make you your hair stand up again. Unless this is a WWE agreement, which I don't know if it is. I never said this before, Ken. You know that.
That's right.
But because I think all these fights are legitimate, and they are, and have been. But this one makes me wonder. And I'm not questioning the integrity of Paul. Matter of fact, I like his integrity. I like what I've seen from the guy here. When the last fight was Serrano, she didn't fight. He paid everyone their money. He had no choice. I get it, but he gave refunds. He's been pretty straightforward. So I'm not questioning, but I'm just saying, if there was a time I would question it, this would be the time, because I can't see, unless Paul's that confident that Tyson is too old now, and he's that good, because Paul's been getting more confident. And Paul does have a good right hand, and he does punch well with it. And Tyson does lead with left hooks. Maybe Paul thinks he can hit him with a right hand in between. I don't know. All I know is this is the first time I've actually said, I wonder if there's an agreement. Because if there's no agreement, Paul might be making a mistake. Now look, he's liable to hit Tyson, 58 years old, reaching in with a left hook, hit him on the chin, and knock him out. Tyson was knocked out a couple times at the end of his career before he was 58, and then people are going to say, oh, wow, look at Paul. And it'll wind up being a genius move. But I think that I think the risk might be greater than the reward. I am really surprised in that way. I think I laid out all scenarios of the possibilities, but I am surprised that Paul's taking this risk. I don't know if it's because of his confidence or he just really does feel Tyson is that much, obviously that deteriorated at this point in his life.
Did you hear what the great Teddy Atlas said about Jake Paul? Man, he's got some serious doubts about Paul's integrity in this upcoming fight. Teddy seemed really shocked at how much Jake is underestimating his opponent. He kept emphasizing that Paul could be making a massive mistake, like a gigantic mistake. So I've been thinking about that upcoming boxing match between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. You know, the one everyone's been buzzing about? I've got to say, I'm pretty confident in my prediction for how it's going to go down. Mark my words, Tyson is going to absolutely dominate this fight. I mean, we're talking about a legendary boxer with decades of experience and raw power going up against a YouTube personality who's only had a handful of fights. It's really no contest. Here's how I see it playing out. They'll step into the ring and Tyson will come out swinging hard from the very beginning. Paul might try to dance around and evade him for a bit in the first round. But it won't be long before Tyson corners him and starts landing some seriously heavy hits. Then once the second round starts, Tyson will go in for the kill. He'll unleash a devastating combination of punches that Paul just won't be able to handle. A left hook, right uppercut, and boom, lights out. Paul will crumple to the mat and the ref will start the count. But there's no way he's getting back up after a beating like that. Tyson's going to score a knockout victory in the second round, solidifying his comeback and reminding everyone why he's one of the greatest boxers of all time. Paul just isn't on his level, and I think this fight will make that crystal clear. It's going to be a spectacular finish that people will be talking about for a long time to come. I mentioned many details of this saga, but there's something else very huge that is happening in the wait for this fight. So check out this deep dive where I'll tell you other rumors that are buzzing in the boxing community. You will learn new shocking claims that are attracting people's attention. Click on the screen to watch the deep dive, and thanks for watching this video.